All right, everyone. We are live. Welcome back to the Unconventional Mindset. Okay, today we're writing content again, and we really need to try to go as quickly as possible with this because something kind of pretty good landed on my on my lap today. Nothing's been confirmed; it's still the early stages, but a pretty significant contract or potential project has come along, and like at a minimum, we're speaking 25K, and hopefully it's going to be yeah, I could easily see it going to 50 or 75 depending on kind of what happens. So again, it's all in the science space. So it's really, really good. So yeah, we need to get a website. We need to get stuff out there so people can see what we do. So there's a push. So I'm super excited. Super. I don't know. Super happy with how things are going. So it's it's pretty great. But yeah. So this whole idea of really finding the niche and sticking with it is probably like at least what it feels like right now. I don't have the results to show for it or to say for it, but maybe, hit me up in 6 months or whatever. But I think it's like the best decision that I've made, at least in terms of the agency and what direction to take it, or like at least a direction, right? So really happy with that. So anyways, let's see, because again, too, like people know me in the academic space, in the science space. And when they have work, they kind of reach out to me, which is really, really awesome. So love it. Okay, so our homepage content. So I've been thinking a little bit about this. I haven't been able to work on it since we last stopped. I just, which was yesterday. So I was just thinking a little bit more about what to put for the homepage. And one thing that kind of stuck out at me when I was just thinking about this right before going live here is talking about a competitive advantage. And the whole point is we want to say, I think saying something about, I don't know if it says, like if we say your work deserves to be seen, I don't know if that's too much too soon. But if we say something about we help you get some kind of competitive advantage, and what that means is you have the ability to stand out from the crowd. So I'm wondering if we can put that into some kind of statement, or maybe we can have like multiple statements. Like there could be different things, right? Like you can have your hero section, and then you can have a title below that, which, I don't know, just dives a little bit deeper into what it is that we're saying, or just saying the same thing in a different way. So there's lots of different things. Okay, we have an interesting guest here, Andrea, watching the stream. Happy birthday, Sheriff. We love you. Cowboy face. Thank you so much. Yes, it is my birthday today. So yeah, but that doesn't matter. We're here to work. We're here to work. We're here to build a business, rain or shine, or birthday or no birthday. We gotta get to work. But thank you. Love you guys too. All right. Back to business. What was I saying? No, I totally lost my train of thought. But that's okay. Competitive advantage. Yeah, right. So you have your hero section, and you have your introductory hero content, but then you can have subsections which could expand on that. So maybe when we're talking about things like, about people's work and how it deserves to be seen and how we can work together, maybe that can come secondary. So let's kind of think how we can maybe wordsmith this a little bit. So I'm not going to use chat just yet, but let's see if we can kind of come up with something. And I love this idea of just saying like, we work with, this is what we do. So it just shows you like right off the bat, it's either we work with these people or we build brands. Let's see, what do I have here? Like, yeah, we craft digital experience. Like that's just getting right into the heart of what it is that we do. So I could say like we work with researchers. We work with researchers. Yeah, I guess we work with researchers. Is it just like researchers or like research groups? We work with researchers to Maybe we work with researchers to create impactful narratives that help you or help them, that help them gain a competitive advantage. Competitive advantage. Maybe just something like that. We work with researchers to create impactful narratives that help them gain a competitive advantage. A competitive advantage in what? A competitive advantage. It's got to be a competitive advantage in something, right? Like a competitive advantage in the research space, just in the world, in a busy world. We work with researchers to create impactful narratives that help them gain a competitive advantage, over the competition, obviously over the competition. Or maybe in a crowded world, in a crowded space. That sounds really cheesy. We work with researchers to create impactful narratives that help them gain a competitive advantage in a crowded space. How would you describe the competition in academia? How would you describe? Let's see if I put that in here. How would you describe the? What did I say? The competitive arena in academia when so many researchers and competitive, right? Is that right? There we go. How would you describe the competitive arena in academia where so many researchers are fighting for funding and recognition? Recognition. So yeah, we can't do enter. Annoying. Okay. Okay. The competitive landscape in academia is akin to a bustling marketplace of ideas where researchers navigate a complex ecosystem in pursuit of funding and recognition. Within this arena, countless scholars vie for limited resources and coveted acclaim, each striving to distinguish their work amidst a sea of innovation and expertise. Right. It's a realm where intellectual prowess meets strategic agility, where researchers must not only produce groundbreaking discoveries, but also articulate their significance persuasively. In this fiercely competitive environment, securing funding and recognition often hinges on the ability to effectively communicate the value and impact of one's research to funding agencies, peer reviewers, and the broader academic community. Yes, this is really good. Moreover, the landscape is constantly evolving, shaped by shifting priorities, emerging trends, and dynamic funding landscapes. Researchers must navigate not only the intricacies of their own disciplines, but also the interdisciplinary intersections that increasingly define cutting-edge inquiry. Okay, that's a little bit fluff, but I understand what they're saying there. Amidst this intense competition, collaboration and networking play pivotal roles, fostering alliances that amplify research impact and enhance visibility. Success in academia requires not only intellectual rigor and innovation, but also adeptness in navigating the intricate web of academic policies, funding cycles, and publication dynamics. Ultimately, the competitive arena in academia is characterized by both opportunity and challenge, where researchers must navigate a nuanced landscape with resilience, creativity, and strategic acumen to thrive amidst the fierce competition for funding and recognition. Okay, so that is good. So how can we distill that into one specific and precise statement. So we work with research to create impactful narratives that help them gain so maybe a competitive advantage. Well, yeah, well that a competitive advantage and a sea of innovation. Communicate the value of one's research. That help. Do we want to say why? Like, we work with researchers to create impactful narratives that help them gain a competitive advantage. We can say then, I don't know if we want to say it like this, but by no, I was going to say by effectively communicating the value and impact of their research, but that's kind of a little dry. We work with researchers to create impactful narratives that help them gain a competitive advantage. Help them gain a competitive advantage in like a highly dynamic and evolving like industry. We work with researchers to create impactful narratives that help them gain a competitive advantage in a highly dynamic and evolving industry. Hey, help them gain. I like this talk here. Like landscapes. So instead of saying industry, maybe like evolving landscapes. We work with researchers to create impactful narratives that help them gain a competitive advantage in highly dynamic and evolving landscapes. So I like this. Another statement. So I like this. We amplify research impact. I like this. Enhance visibility. We amplify research impact and enhance visibility through innovative, like storytelling and digital. I'm just gonna write this in. I don't like this. Digital content creation. With this statement in mind, I have created a one sentence just a one sentence, I don't know, statement which I'm hoping encompasses these ideas from the perspective of a science-based consulting agency, which helps researchers, communicate, their research. What do you think of this statement? Your statement effectively encapsulates the essence of your science-based consulting agency's mission. It succinctly communicates your commitment to assisting researchers in navigating the competitive academic landscape by crafting compelling narratives that enhance their visibility and competitive edge. Right. It emphasizes the importance of adaptability and innovation in a constantly evolving environment, which resonates well with researchers seeking to differentiate themselves and their work. Overall, it effectively conveys the value proposition of your agency in empowering researchers to succeed amidst the challenges of academia. Okay. I do like it. Let's highlight that in blue here. Storytelling. I'll say like within the digital world. Something like that. We amplify research impact and enhance visibility through innovative, maybe digital storytelling. Yeah, I kind of like that. I like that. So we can also say something. I like this transforming research into impactful narratives. That is pretty cool. Your work deserves / needs to be seen. Competitive advantage, ability to get funding. Yeah. Your work deserves to be seen. Is there anything else we can tease out from this? I like from the perspective of the user, you know, you have innovative ideas. Yeah. Something about a user or a researcher, you know, having great ideas, great innovative ideas, and the world needs to know about it. You know, how can we say things like in that vein? That the world needs to hear. I'm not sure where exactly this content and the statements will fit, but I'm just kind of throwing out what makes sense to me here, and what could be potential things that we can have. I wonder if we see, this is the thing too, when we're thinking about, where's the sitemap again? Intro statement with call to action. Yeah, case studies, services overview. Kevin, how's it going? Welcome. How you doing today? I don't know if you just tuned in or just caught the beginning parts of this, but there was something interesting that kind of came on my desk today. Nothing's guaranteed. It's just kind of initial conversations. But it's even more than a warm lead. But there's a potentially new job coming in the pipeline. Minimum 25K, probably getting closer to 50 to 75. So there's a really big press for me to really get this website out the door and done as quickly as possible. So yeah, you're just tuning in. Okay, cool. So kind of good news or exciting news, but again, still in the early stages. So we'll see what happens. but I know these people have funding. They just got a whole boatloads of funding. So it's looking pretty good. So it's related to this in the sense that it's like total. They just got a bunch of research. They're doing new research, and they need to create specific products or whatever that are part of their research program. So this would be, I guess it would be in terms of the different buckets that we're going to be doing or the things that we can do. Let me just bring this up here real quick. So I think we have it. Where do we have it? Right, like the groups of things. This one would probably be more of probably under the data management and web application. I actually don't even have websites or applications here. I should put it in there. And then it could also be media as well too. So it kind of depends on what it is that they're going to look for and what they're going to want long term. So it's pretty interesting. So more details to come when anything actually does happen. But we'll go from there. Happy birthday! Yes, it is my birthday today. What year is it today? It was 2024. So I'm 44 years old today. So it's my birthday today. Thank you. Yeah, the big 4-4, which is kind of crazy. It's crazy thinking about age when, you look at what the average life expectancy is for a person, and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm at like the halfway point, or maybe even a little further on the halfway point. So better make these last years count. And also really thinking about, as you get older, making sure that you're doing the things that you love to do, or at least the things that you enjoy to do. And then you make sure to just try to enjoy every day and not be so stressed and worried about things that, you can't control, because there's going to be a time when it's, you're not going to be here. Right. So try to enjoy the time that you have. Anyways. But right. So exciting stuff. So I want to get this website out. Definitely I haven't even thought about planning this out. If we can get it out by the 1st, that would be awesome. That's already a week and a half. That's not even 2 weeks. I think we can, because again, we don't want it to be too fancy. So we should be able to do that. But the content is what's really going to hang me up, I think. Okay. So, homepage. I'm thinking if it makes sense to sketch out what we're thinking for the design of the homepage, but no, I don't think we want to go there. I think I do want to get the content first. A midlife crisis was starting an agency for promoting scientific research. Yeah. Could be that. Yeah. Maybe it'd be more beneficial to just buy like a Porsche or whatever, right? Just gonna buy a fancy car. But I was never into fancy cars. Although that being said, it's probably more because I didn't have the money to buy a fancy car. If I could afford a fancy car, actually, I wonder what I would buy. I'd probably buy like a really nice Audi if I could. Yeah, this is probably as fancy as I'd want to get. All those other cars don't really interest me, like those Bugattis and whatever. It's like, feels like it's more of a statement of how much money you have as opposed to something that's really practical. And I imagine actually it would be fun to drive, but anyways, right. So for the homepage, right. I would like to craft a little bit more. Where's our why? What do we have for our why again? Which we haven't really communicate the value so we can create new technology and policies that make the world a better place. We should communicate the work by engaging with the public so we can work together to blah, blah, blah. It's all kind of around the same thing. So we have the home. I think what would be good to have would be, we have the homepage, which has the main statement, which would be this: we work with researchers to create impactful narratives that help them gain a competitive advantage in highly dynamic and evolving landscapes. I don't like the word landscapes. Maybe we can fix that a little bit, but it's just, everything's changing. Everything's dynamic. So that's the main thing. You see that. And I'm actually thinking of a really kind of cool illustration in the background of the homepage that has like a scientific principle. Like I was thinking just the, what is that loop? That's like the perfect ratio or whatever that has that thing. We can just kind of have that as like the background. That would be kind of cool. And like have like different colors and squares. And just have that as like the background. So I think that would be pretty cool. It'd be really cool if we can actually build that like programmatically. And then so like it draws in that perfect whatever ratio thing is. And then it has like the squares attached to it, and they have like different colors, and even your mouse can hover over it or whatever. Maybe I'm thinking going a little bit too ahead of myself, but having that as kind of the backdrop, and then just boom, there's the big statement. I think that would be really, really cool. And then, yeah, so then we scroll down past that, and then we have a little bit more, it goes a little bit more in depth, right? So we work with research to create impactful narratives. And then what do we say below that? I think there maybe then, because we get the big statement, and then we can have something maybe about like the work that they do. So then that goes about, you need to be able to get the recognition you deserve, or should it be more of, yeah. So I was thinking more of the skills that we do, but I think we can do that the next one, and then that'll be the work that we do, right? So this is our main, what we do. And here's the thing about like why you might be interested in it. And here's kind of the how, right? Maybe is that like the why and then the who and the how? Maybe that's kind of how that's answering those questions. Okay, so like I was saying, the who, then the who is, so this is like the secondary statement after you scroll down from the main message and the main landing page, which will probably make it 100 vertical height, and it'll dynamically just adjust. So you only see the big statement, and then like, learn more, whatever the hell it is in the main navigation menus. And then you scroll down, then it's like kind of center text, almost like basically like this. Well, not like this, but like this. Something like this that just talks about who it is that we work with, right? And then what could that be? That could be, yeah. So then it could be like, this isn't so bad, eh? Like we amplify research impact and enhance visibility through innovative digital storytelling. I guess this talks more a little bit about how we do it. But then should we say who we do it for? So if it's something like this, I'm just thinking, there's that main line and then have like a subline. So that would be like the main tagline. So we amplify research impact and enhance visibility through innovative storytelling. And then yeah, it's something about like your work deserves to gain the recognition that it deserves, right? I'm going to ask chat maybe for a second. I'm trying to craft one statement, which I'll say one marketing statement. Which speaks to the researchers' desire to have their research, known to the world. Something. I'm trying to craft one marketing statement which speaks to the researcher's desire to have the research known to the world, and that we provide the services that can do it for them, taking into account the last statement I gave you and the answer you provided about the competitiveness. Competitiveness. Taking into account the last statement I gave you and the answer you provided about the competitiveness of academia, can you craft 5 such statements? I wish I could just press enter. Okay. Let's see what we get. It's funny when you ask it a question like this, it's like so dry. But like this answer was like fantastic. Okay, well, let's see what it says. Illuminate your research journey with our tailored solutions, ensuring your work stands out in the... this is boring. Empower your research impact with our expertly crafted narratives. No. Unlock the full potentials of research. Amplifying your voice and reaching audiences far and wide. So it could be something, yeah, like we also, like we help you like stand out. Yeah, like in the crowded academic, again, I don't use the word landscape again. We help you stand out in the crowded academic space. By amplifying. That's almost like the same thing. Or like the same type of statement if it's all in one sentence. I want kind of 2. We help you stand. So maybe just like stand out from the crowded academic space. We amplify research impact and visibility. I think we amplify research impact and visibility through innovative digital storytelling. So I was like, you want to stand out from the crowd? Well, we amplify the research that you do. We stand out from the crowded academic space. We amplify research impact and visibility. Through innovative digital storytelling. What was the word? Enhance. We amplify research and enhance visibility. I don't know if that word should fit there or not. Okay. Stand out from the crowded academic space. We amplify research impact and enhance visibility through innovative digital storytelling. Now we could use a little bit of a statement from that. And then we could dive into the how, which is our services. So we stand out from a crowd, amplify research. So what could it be? You know that you, I don't know if we should. Okay, let's just spit out some stuff that's in my mind and we'll go from there. You know that you work hard every single day to, I don't know, like this. Okay, this is a totally off the top of my head here, so we'll wordsmith this completely or probably just get rid of it. Anyways, I'm just gonna put stuff out there, so no judgment. We know that you work hard every single day to push the boundaries of knowledge in your, like, whatever, in your scientific area, in your area of expertise. We think that the world deserves to what the world deserves to hear. To hear about your cutting edge research, and you deserve to gain the recognition. You deserve. I'm using that word too many times. Does that make sense? I don't think this makes sense. Oh my goodness. There we go. I don't think that makes sense. The world deserves to hear about your cutting edge research. And our mission is to use new and innovative. I don't even know if that's the right word, because not everything needs to be innovative. It just has to be tried and true almost, right? We use tried and true methods. Well, yeah, no, that's not really good either, because you don't want to sound boring. We use the boring stuff that's been working for the past 100 years, which even that might be good, in terms of, marketing strategies, but I don't know if you want to say it that way. To push the boundaries of knowledge in your area of expertise, we think that the world deserves to hear about your cutting edge research, and our mission is to use communication techniques. I'm just going to throw this out there. Techniques to make sure that happens. And so you can gain the recognition you deserve. Okay. Very crappy, but I guess the point here is, let's see if this makes sense. We're saying that you need to stand out from the crowd, and we amplify research impact, and we enhance visibility, right, through innovative digital storytelling. So then here's the paragraph below that is, we know that you work hard every single day, or even just you work hard every single day. You work hard every single day to push the boundaries of knowledge in your area of expertise. And we think the world and we think the world deserves to hear about your cutting edge research. And then just our mission is to use blah, blah, blah. Not duplicating lots of different words here, but the world deserves to hear about your cutting edge research, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, not a big fan, but what does this statement mean? If you were an academic, say you were a hydrogeologist doing research at a university, what would you think about this statement after reading it? And as a hydrogeologist immersed in the world of research, I would likely find the statement encouraging and resonant. It acknowledges the dedication and effort that I invest in advancing scientific knowledge and highlights the importance of sharing that knowledge with the broader world. The emphasis on innovative communication techniques suggests a forward-thinking approach to disseminating research findings. which aligns with the evolving nature of academia and the increasing demand for effective science communication. Overall, the statement would likely resonate with me as it reflects a commitment to amplifying the impact of my work and ensuring that it receives the recognition it deserves. Okay, so is there any way that you could suggest we rewrite this, or is it as good as it can be? You dedicate yourself tirelessly to advancing the boundaries of knowledge within your field every single day. We believe your groundbreaking research deserves to be shared with the world. Our mission is to harness innovative communication techniques to ensure your work receives the recognition it merits. Is that one better? I do like it better, but I need to put, it doesn't sound like me. Although I don't know how many of these sound like me. Does this even make sense? Does this flow well? I kind of like it's like our mission is to harness whatever communication techniques, blah, blah, blah. And this is the outcome of that. And then here are the techniques. And then, or the techniques, yeah, here are the services that we offer, right? So that flows nicely, but does it flow nicely from the top, right? Stand out from the crowded academic space. Okay. I would like to have an introductory statement above this one. I'm thinking of 2 lines. The first being the main heading, and the second being the subheading. Here is what I have for it. Let's copy this. Does this statement help introduce the one you just provided? If not, can you suggest how we can reword it? Okay. Your introductory statement effectively sets the stage by highlighting the agency's focus on helping researchers stand out in the crowded academic space, blah, blah, blah. It primes the reader for the subsequent message about the agency's mission to promote their work. Here's how we compare it with the previous statement. Stand out from the crowded academic. We amplify research impact and enhance it through innovative digital storytelling. Okay, so it doesn't really give me any options. Is there any better way to rewrite this line? No, that's horrible. Okay. So I do like this. So something like you've dedicated yourself to advancing the boundaries of knowledge within your field. We believe your groundbreaking. I don't know if we should use the word groundbreaking, but we believe your groundbreaking research not deserves, but like needs to be shared with the world. Shared with the world. Our mission is to, I like that, is to harness innovative communication techniques. Yeah, techniques to ensure your work, and make sure you and your work receives the recognitions you deserve. Why can't I spell that word correctly? Our mission is to harness innovative communications techniques to ensure you and your work receives the recognition they deserve. I don't know how to end that. Is it they as in because it's you and your work, so they? Or is it to ensure you and your work receives the recognition you deserve? Just deserved? Recognition they deserved. But it hasn't happened yet. Wouldn't deserve be like it got the recognition that it deserved? Our mission is to harness innovative communication techniques to ensure you and your work receives the recognition they deserved. I guess maybe you're thinking in the context that the research has already been done. I'm thinking of it in a way that they haven't done their research yet, or they're like starting to get the research, or they want to, get funding for this research or whatever. So I'm thinking in the mindset that this specific, it's tough to say. I see what you're saying. But I think I want to go with the tense of like, this hasn't happened yet. Like you haven't gotten the recognition you deserve. So let's make sure that happens, whether that's from the work in the future or the past or combination of the two, most likely, obviously, because they're continuing. It's always this continuing, they're doing the research every day, right? In your field, you've dedicated yourself to advancing in your field. I don't know if I like that every single day, but I like that every single day. We believe your ground needs to be shared with the world. Our mission is to harness innovative communication techniques. That sounds so clunky, but to ensure you and your work receives the recognition they deserve. You Okay, so I think let's break this down a little bit here. So the homepage, okay, so we have the hero statement. Maybe just we don't need to, yeah. So the hero statement is this. Okay, but we don't need to do that. And then this is the, what just happened there? This is the, I don't know, just the next section. What would we call this? Is there like a specific name for this? Like website vernacular? Like the section below, like below the fold? Like the first section? I don't know. Maybe I'll just call it the first section. I don't know if there's a specific name for it. First section. We have first section, yes. Heading. And then subheading. and then text. All right, so let's put these in. Style it a little bit, I guess. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, I like this. Okay. All right, and then I guess we're going into the second section. Maybe let's copy this. I'll just say second section. Oh man. All right. What time is it? 12:14. Okay, so the second section is going to be, again, so hero, that really kind of talks about, I can put this, that's like what we do, right? That's what we do. And this one here is who we do it for. Right. What do? I want to bold it. Don't use that bold, but use. Actually, let's outline this in what color? Yeah, this blue color. And this one is like how we do it. And right, this is the services. So this is where we need to kind of think about how we're going to break down the work that we do. I'll keep going. Right, and I was thinking about grouping down into 4. Did we do that when we were here? Yeah, we did. All right. So what did I put things in? Digital, content creation, data management, and event management. Yeah. Whoops, what did I just do? Digital, content creation, data management, event management. And compare that to this data management, web, media, communications. I feel like that's okay. Okay, well, let's think of what the statement should be in terms of this heading and subheading. Should this even have a heading and subheading? Should it just have something about services? I think we can make it pretty. Services and capabilities. Of our agency. Yeah, that's pretty bad, but does it need a subheading? I don't know if it necessarily does need a subheading. It's like, here are the things that we can do for you. I mean, you could say something along the lines of, I think I had it before. Actually, you know what I want to do? Let me see if I can bring it up. I have old content from the first iteration of the website that I made for Pixel. And maybe we can see. Unless I think I do. Where is it? See if I can find it. Bear with me for just a second. It's just on the other screen here. Yeah, it might be here under these old pages. Okay. Okay, this is more about talking about what our process is going to be like. Yeah, almost something like this. So what was I thinking? We were, right, subheading for the services and capabilities. But then, like we have an established history of blah, 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 doing these types of things. Homepage backup copy. What is this? Oh, this is pretty similar. That's pretty similar. Whoops, I wanted to go back here, see if there's anything else. Pricing, old services page. What is this? Right, this process, I guess that's different depending on, it's going to be different now for sure. Because we're narrowing the niche of who we're serving. So our services and capabilities of our agency. I kind of, yeah. Our process has been refined. We don't need to talk about processing or our processes. I'm not sure, but let's go into another part here. We'll just talk about services. I think what it's going to be is very, very basic. I think we'll just list off the 4 services, the 4 areas, and then that'll be, maybe it'll have an icon, and then it'll just take you to that specific page for that specific service, right? So each service or capabilities is going to have its own page, right? Like event management, that's going to have its own page. Content creation, that's its own page. Like digital media or whatever, I can't even remember what they are now. No, it's not here. It's in it's in Figma. So maybe we can write a note here. This section will simply name the service and have an illustration or icon that depicts it. Just have an illustration or an icon above or below, whatever, it doesn't matter. Right, so the services are so I think we have data management. Should that be even its own one? I'm not sure. Let's actually put this in a bullet point. Not that, I want this in a bullet point. Oh, come on. Oh, I know why. It's because I hit enter. Or I didn't hit enter. Data management. Like digital, yeah, that's also very vague, which is kind of good. We kind of want it to be a little bit more like bucket encompassing, because what do I have here for digital? Oh, that's the web design and development, eh? Yeah. And then what about like, yeah, graphic design? That's in the content creation aspect. Content creation. And then what did I say? Like event. I'm still debating whether to have event management in here or not. I know it's really important in the academic space, and it really is a potentially very lucrative. Even just having event management for academics could be a business all on its own. I mean, if you just get a few of these contracts a year, and you're looking at $50,000 to $100,000 just managing like a really big event. So that could definitely be something. You probably want to get more than a few anyways, especially if you need to hire a team, but it can be lucrative. Okay. Services and capabilities of our agency. We amplify research. Okay, sorry, that's wrong. This is wrong, right? Because we don't have a subheading right now. Yeah, I don't want to get too caught up in if we need a subheading. If there's something that I can't think of right off the bat, then maybe we don't need it. What I'm more concerned about is having these right buckets and having these listed off. Digital is that's tough, because I'm saying web design and web development is in there, but that's also could be where data management can kind of come in. But again, we've got to think of this in the framework of, think of it in the framework of, again, academics, super data management, super important. And that is kind of like application development as well. So digital. What do I mean when I say digital? So I don't even know what I mean. So that's a little tough. But it's all about the digital world, right? Let me ask Chad a question. I've seen some creative agencies list off digital as a service they offer. What kind of products would you expect would fall under that description? Yeah, website design development. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So at least I'm on the same page as chat. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. And SEO, yeah, I had that as well. Content creation, user experience. Yeah, that's a good one too. Let me actually, I don't know if this is the right place. Web design, development, SEO, UI, UX. Yeah, that's also another one. That's important. Branding. I'll say brand and identity. Identify identity. Analytics and insights is a good one. Analytics and insights. That's actually really huge. That's huge. Okay. Okay. One thing that was really good here for chat to do that. Okay. So data management is just basically, yeah, that's pretty almost self-contained. In terms of finding a way for users to be able to share and disseminate their data. But is there any other like subheadings or subcategories? I'm just trying to think. So I guess what I'm trying to think here is within these pages. So that, again, services, there's going to be a page for data management, page for digital, content creation, event management. So for digital, it's going to be web design and development. And then there's going to be like a paragraph describing what that is, SEO describing what that is, brand and identity describe what that is. Also, all those things are like, its own, yeah. So within data management, is there anything that I can think of to break that down? Let's ask chat. Thanks. Can you do the same thing with the service of data management? Ugh. Oh, okay, that's good. This is good. Thank you. Thank you for getting me on the right track. He could say, well, am I going to be involved in collection? I'm not going to be involved in collection. Well, it depends. It depends. Totally depends. I love, so yeah, put my data management hat on and put on my this is the whole thing. I would love, oh my goodness, it would be so much if I could incorporate my company here into this project where this is the tool that we can use for researchers to be able to share and disseminate their data. And my whole goal for this whole thing is like, imagine a place where all the data kind of comes into one place, and it's almost like a social media platform for like data. And if somebody's doing research, somebody's doing research on this side of the world on lakes, and this one's doing research on the other side of the world on lakes, and you can just go into this site and you could just search, lake data, whatever it comes up, and then everything just comes up, and you can like follow those projects. And be able to see that data, and you could see that data coming in real time. That was kind of the idea, the genesis of this actual platform, and it would tie in so well with this, and to finally be able to make scientific data discoverable and searchable and accessible, like by everyone, which would be amazing. There's so many different open source. Open data kind of things, which are great. Don't get me wrong. They're really, really great, but they're very clunky and cumbersome to use, and basically only other scientists use them. And I'm telling you, they've spent tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars of trying to solve this problem. And I'm like, it's right here. It's right here. Anyways, I'm totally going pie in the sky here. This is, maybe let's talk about this in 5 years from now, but we'll get there. Right. What was I looking at? Look at minimize this. I don't want to minimize it. Go back here. There we go. Okay. Right. But thinking about that. So there's data visualization, data aggregation, cleaning, processing. Yeah, we could do some processing for sure. Data, database design. Data quality. Yeah. Data governance. Yeah, that's a little bit more complex. Don't know if I want to get involved in that. Data visualization, data aggregation. That's collecting. Database design. Database management. I think I also want to look at data dissemination. I didn't spell that correctly. Sharing. So processing. Data visualization, yeah. Okay, so content creation. That's going to be, let's just say, podcasts, videos, and there's different types of videos as well too. Podcasts, videos. You know, like there's interviews, which are completely different. There's kind of high level, like introductory kind of, I don't even know what you would call them. You know, just like those upbeat kind of intro, general, hey, here's what we're doing kind of video. I guess we can outline what the different types of videos are when we're writing about it. So that's, yeah, that'll be in the content. So we'll write that, the different types of videos that we can produce. Podcasts, videos. We can say, well, do it on live streams, but like more like live events. I think that will go more in event management. Content creation, social media. I'll say production. And I guess we can say, do we want to say things like within videos, do we want to go more in depth of like post-production, pre-production? Like post, pre and post production. I mean, we could talk, do we want to talk about like animation? Do we want to bring that in as a thing? Maybe we'll throw that in there, but that is the one thing with that 100% that I would for sure have to outsource at the start. Of course, it'd be nice to have someone in-house. Content creation. Is there anything else? I guess we can talk about like publication, like not publications, but like news releases. Like our press releases. I don't know. Yeah. Let's just say it's just like written content. And then that could be, we could talk about if you want something for a press release, if you want something a little bit less formal, if you want something to go on like a blog post, lots of different ways that you can write content for science. Like explainer videos, all those kinds of things. All right, so event management. We're talking about photography. Yeah, I think that's also kind of content creation. Maybe we should put that in here as well too. Photography, live streaming, AV technical support, or maybe just on-site technical. I mean, don't don't want to say we're becoming this event production company, but on-site AV, like not support, but like deployment, I guess you can say. Maybe just on-site AV. What else can we do? Like registration. Registration. Collection and distribution of basically of the funds that come in, right? What is it called when you pay for an event? What the hell is that called? Not just like when you buy a ticket, like that money that comes in. It's not funds, it's like income. Like you're running an event and you're gathering income. Like what is that called? There's a name for it. Because I know I was asked to do that for one researcher. They're having a conference and they're like, hey, can you like get in all the money and just handle all the finances. So finances. But then I quoted them at something like, I don't know, it was like 5% of how much all the registration fees. Yeah, registration fees. It's like 5% of all that. And of course, then that was like too much because I think they were going to collect over like $100,000 or something like that. It was even more than that. Anyways, maybe it was 10%. I don't know. Anyways, distribution of registration fees. Yeah, I think that's the word I'm looking for. Registration fees. So the photography, obviously videography, I guess we can say. Live streaming, on-site AV, registration. Right. And then I guess we could even say like stationary. And I guess that could be the brand and identity. I guess that could be under digital as well too. Yeah. Victor, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Budgeting maybe. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's totally part of this whole, like the collection and distribution of registration fees. So when I was asked to do this, it was like, hey, can you manage all the money that's coming in? But then we also have all these different vendors and we have all the different suppliers. And can you manage paying them and making sure everyone gets like the money that they need to get? Because they don't even have like necessarily to have the bank accounts and the whatever to be able to handle that. It's a really big pain in the ass for these institutions to do this when they have to do it through the lens of like a university. So I think budgeting is definitely part of it. So should we put it in there or should that be its own thing? Should that be its own? It could very well be. It could, because that's almost of the whole. Maybe we can even call it like the whole, like the organization aspect of actually running an event. Because that is pretty huge. Like you're talking about budgeting, but then you're also talking about catering, and the entertainment, like logistics. Like there's so much that goes to running an event. Logistics. What am I thinking of? Like the actual itinerary schedule or the agenda. I think that's probably the better word for that. Yeah, it could be cost controls maybe. Yeah, lots of different things. Yeah. Yeah. I could definitely see an organization just hiring off one. If you can hire off one agency that can almost just manage your whole thing and just be that point of interaction within the organization, who need to give you all the information in terms of like who our speakers are going to be, you know, where they need to sleep, accommodations, all that kind of stuff. But just handle all the logistics, because some of them just don't have that capacity in-house to be able to do that. But hopefully with their funding, they'll have enough money to be able to pay off like the good, $50,000, $75,000 it would take to actually plan and organize and do everything to run a successful event. Like it's not easy. Thankfully, I know lots of people that have done this before would happily kind of come on board if we get such work, which would be really, really cool. But it's stressful. It's trying to like managing an event, like when it's live, you know, it's got to be on point. Right. Okay. So we have photography, videography, live streaming, on-site AV, registration, collection, distribution, registration fees. Yeah. I wonder. I think I'll just put registration plus fees as one thing. And then we'll kind of remove that. Registration and fee collection. Some people are just happy to just use like Eventbrite or whatever. And then, but even then, they can't even create like a Stripe account or whatever to actually get the fees, and then you have to have a bank account and then going to the university to deposit in that. It's just like a nightmare. Okay, so I think that's good. Okay, so these are the services. So now we need to write content for each one of these individual pages. Oh, that's a lot. This is a lot of content to write. Ugh. Writing content sucks. All right, let's highlight this. Okay. So this is our home page. We have the hero statement, we have the first section, then we have the second section, then the services. Okay, so let's go into, after we do our second section, then we're going to go into, I guess, our third section. Whoops. So we'll get to that content. But let's stick on the home page for now. A third section. What is our third section going to be? I think that's just going to be our, let me go to Figma for a second. I think that's just going to be like a gallery of the people that we've worked with, right? Yeah, case studies. Intro statement, call to action, case studies, services, news and blog. That's kind of, oh no, these were different. Call to action, right. So we are going to, where are we? There we go. This is going to be who, right? So we are at what, who, or well, yeah, I guess it is a who, but like who we've done it for. So this is going to be, it's just going to be our clients. And there's not really going to be, I don't think we're going to want any text really. I think we'll just say that it's not text here. So this section will simply be, it's either going to be the logo. Actually, no, this is not our clients. I want to call it case study. Case studies. Or maybe featured case studies. No, just case studies. Okay. So this section will feature an image of the work we've done with a client. And we'll have the name of the client below the image. So case studies, nice graphic image, whatever, of a video, website, whatever. Then we'll have the name of the client and anything else. And I think that's it. Just the name of the client. That's all we need. And so we'll have, We'll have two, 3, or 4. Probably, yeah, 2, 3, or 4 case studies showcased on the homepage. I guess it's going to depend on how many case studies we're going to have to start with. So how many case studies are we going to have? So we have the Ocean Frontier Institute. We have the Ember Data Hub. We have, what else do we have? I'm just trying to think of people that we've worked with that are specifically in the academic space. So that's 2. So we have the social sciences. That's 3. Social science, the soil sciences, the Center for Sustainable Soil Management, and then we can have Data Shift. And the stuff that I've done for the University of Waterloo and also the Waterloo Institute for Nanotechnology, that stuff's really old. I did that way back in the day. So I don't think that that's going to be relevant today. So maybe we should start with 2. I think we can start with 2. I think we have 4 case studies in total. And let's say we have OFI, we have Ember, we have Center for Sustainable Soil Management, and then Data Shift. Right. Although that one, no, we can't do that one because that one's not up anymore. Yeah, I think we'll have those ones. Yeah, so not the greatest number of things, but oh no, I know, I totally forgot. We also have the Cove, which is the Center for Ocean. I don't even know what it's called. I don't even know what the acronym is. Can't remember. Right. So that's 5. Although that's 5. I'm trying to think. I'll have to go back into all my invoicing to see if there's any more. Yeah, because all my other clients aren't science related. It kind of sucks, but whatever. That's okay. Since we're switching focus anyways, I'm not too worried about that. Okay, so that's the third section for the home. And what else? What else? I can't remember now. Just looked at this. Right, the news feed. Right, what was I thinking about the difference between news and blog? I think the idea was that the news section would be to highlight really cool things that have happened to our clients, right? So if a client works with us and they end up getting $100 million in funding, to be able to put that as like this news highlight would be really, really, really cool, right? So let's go with another section. Let's write this in. So fourth section. Heading. It's just news. So I'm just going to describe what it is because there's no real content that I can write for this because it's going to be a dynamic section because it's just going to be pulling from the database, right? It's just going to be a collection in WEBFLOW because I'm pretty sure we're going to build this in WEBFLOW. Fourth section. Highlight amazing news from our clients. Example, funding received, like worldwide recognition, stuff like that. Okay, so this stuff here is just pretty easy, kind of rounding out the homepage here. And then the fifth section is going to be the blog. More casual discussions. Oh my goodness, discussions. And writings about maybe just about the industry, just industry in general. Maybe some how-to guides for up and coming. I did not spell that one correctly. Ignore that. You didn't see that. For up and coming researchers. Oh God. In 10 years, when we're super successful, maybe someone will take a clip of that and post it. More casual discussions and writings about the industry, how-to guides for up-and-coming researchers, just tutorials, funding opportunities. Oh, but we talked about that in the resources tab, but then maybe that'll be part of it. Things like that. Up and coming. There we go. All right. And I think that's it, except for a call to action. Right. Opportunities. What the hell? Opportunism. No. Opportunities. I didn't spell that right. Opportunities. There we go. And what's after fifth? Sixth section. So this is a call to action. So how are we going to say this? Almost like, ready to start. Again, should we play to the ego here of the researcher, in the sense of, ready to get the recognition you deserve, or, ready to showcase your work, ready to tell the world about your work? I feel that's a little too cheesy, to be honest. Like, ready for your work to be seen. Like, let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. And this one will probably have the subheading here. Ready to have your research like reach the world, or what have you. Something like that. Victor, yeah, like 100%. You could have an offer, like you could offer a newsletter also with your blog content in it. Yeah, like 100%. We have a newsletter. So where are we actually going to put that? That's actually a good point. I don't know where that newsletter is going to go. Well, like, obviously it's going to be on the blog page, and it'll probably be on the footer. But should we have it somewhere that's a little bit more prominent? Okay. Here's one place we can put it. Definitely here below the blog. We'll just put it here. Subscribe to newsletter. Yeah, definitely not going to launch a website without a newsletter, like 100%. But yeah, the questions become, where do we put it? And how do we let people know about it? Let's just highlight this in green. Oh yeah, it's 100% important. 110% important. It's very important. Actually, one thing, I don't know if we did talk about this yesterday or 2 days ago now. So we are going to have, where is it? Figma. So these are the pages that we're going to have. So it's nothing too complex here, but we are going to have a resources tab. And that's where we want to have people subscribe to for news and updates on what is available in the world of funding and research funding. So imagine a newsletter that you can subscribe to. Again, if you're a scientist, a researcher, and every week or every 2 weeks, whatever the case may be, whatever the frequency, that you get a list of all the different places that you can go for funding. And it would be even great if you can even categorize it by the field. But having that kind of list and having that kind of newsletter would be amazing. There's probably newsletters like that are out there, to be honest. But that's definitely something that we want to provide. But the question is that going to be a different newsletter than the blog? I mean, obviously it's easy to just, within the software, we can just tag people of what their interests are, whether they want to go to the blog or they want to subscribe to, the resources, specifically to understand and know when funding is available. We'll have to think about that. We'll have to think. Okay, well, we'll get into that when we actually start building the site, which we hope to start building on Monday. We can start thinking about how that's going to fit. Well, we should be building on Monday. I'm hoping to finish this content by the end of the week, and then on the weekend, I'll probably get into wireframing, and then so hopefully by then on Monday we can start actually developing this thing. Yeah, I think I'd like that. Yeah, you could offer a single newsletter, but with options of what kind of news you can get in there. So, question for you, Victor: would you have any preference as to which, what software you prefer for that? By having multiple different streams on the same newsletter. Like, to me, ConvertKit seems like it'd probably be the way to go. I mean, I know you could do it in MailChimp, but I feel like ConvertKit offers better functionality for when you want to divide different emails into multiple types of newsletters, right? Like, you can have one email subscribe to multiple newsletters, but then it only counts in your account as like one email. Whereas if you're in MailChimp, one user subscribed to like multiple different newsletters that you send out, you have to count that individual that many times. But then there's some negatives as well too, because if one person unsubscribes to one, I think they unsubscribe to all. I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah, just always kind of trying to think about what the tech behind the choices that we're going to make and how we're going to make sure that's going to work appropriately. But these are things too. We don't have to make everything 100% right off the bat, right? We just want to get our website out there, get everything ready to go, and then just keep iterating and keep growing, keep evolving. If that's the right word. Don't have too much experience with that. Yeah, fair enough. The only thing I know is MailChimp. Yeah, MailChimp is a standard. That's what I learned. That was the first thing that I started using because they were like the go-to people way back in the day. Almost like the OG. There was that. I think there was like Constant Contact, or I think it was like another one that starts with A, like Aweber or something like that. I totally can't remember. But I just remember learning about that from the OG like pro bloggers and all those guys way back in the day, when blogging was like the thing. All right. So super important. Subscribe to the newsletter. That's going to be prominent. Then we're going to have this big, let's have a conversation, ready to have your research. What was I saying? Ready to have your research, what is it, like promoted to the world, or let's go back. Ready to have your research get the recognition it deserves. Please get in touch with us and see if we can work well. If we'll work well together. That's just really bad. See if we'll work well together. Oh, that's bad. That's bad, but I think we could do something with that. Okay. Wait, what was that? Just more casual discussion. Did I copy and paste that somehow? That's weird. I remember there being 2 of that. Okay, let's have a conversation. Ready to have your research get the recognition it deserves? Please get in touch with us, and let's start the conversation on how we can serve you. How we can serve you, or how we can help you achieve your goals, something like that. Yeah, definitely need to work on that. Okay, so yeah, this is just I'm not going to delete this yet because I think there's a few good nuggets of words here that we can maybe take for other pieces of content, but I think everything just kind of starts here. Maybe we can just start this on a new page. Right. Hero statement. Reading down. Second section. Services. Case studies. News, blog. Yeah, pretty straightforward especially from the second section down. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so what do we have left to write? Let's go back here. So the case study is going to be huge. That's going to be a really big thing about writing each case study. That's actually probably going to take a while to do. Maybe I won't bore you to death with that one, and I might do that one off screen. Because yeah, that's going to be a lot of work. We're going to have to write a little paragraph, or sentence to, I don't know, maybe 2 to 5 sentences per each one of the different services, and we have all of those outlined here. So like each one of these: data visualization, data collection, data processing, all these different things. We're going to have to write a little blurb about what it is that we actually do in that. And that's going to be the data management page, the digital content creation, and event management. So all that content is going to need to be written. Blog and post, there's nothing we need to really do about that. That's just going to be there. I do have this listed as one, blog and news. So I think we really maybe need to worry technically how we're going to break those up into the news on the homepage and then the blog section on the homepage. But then maybe on the actual blog and news page, it's just going to be one page. We'll have to think about how that's going to work. Okay, we just need to write a paragraph or 2 about our mission and vision, and then a little bit about the team and the people. Well, obviously, it's just going to be me at the start, but hopefully that'll grow really quickly once we get our first 1 or 2 major clients. Or I shouldn't say 1 or 2 major clients because we already have clients, but 1 or 2 major projects so that we can start affording to actually hiring other people, which will be awesome. Yeah, and this is the resources pages. Yeah, maybe this isn't 100% ready to go right off the bat because, again, we're going to have to do research on what funding is actually out there. Maybe we can hire somebody freelance to help put kind of that stuff together. And then just a contact form. So pretty easy. Okay, so services is the big thing, and case studies. That's basically it. And then the about page, we can write that. Maybe we can do the about page tomorrow because that's more vision-y stuff, and I think that's pretty important to nail down. And then, yeah, because the other stuff is just kind of boring. And maybe we can do the services stuff as well, too. Because tomorrow, what day is it today? Oh, it's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. Oh, we only have one day. Oh, my goodness. I hope we can get this out by May 1st. That's going to be tough to do. We'll see how far we get tomorrow and then over the weekend. And then we can maybe start thinking about when we can actually have this website operational. Yeah, May 1st. Why do I put these arbitrary deadlines? Maybe I shouldn't have it too strict, but we'll see. We need to get it out. We need to get out the door, right? Because like I said at the beginning of the stream here, we have a very warm lead. It's like it's even more than warm lead, but at least a 25K project coming down the pipeline. So that's going to be really, really good. And I would love to have a website out there sooner rather than later. So Cool. Looking good. Thank you, Victor. I really appreciate that. Interesting to see your thought process. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And yeah, that's kind of the point of why I do these streams. Just putting my stuff out there and how I'm thinking, and and we can see, in the future how it actually performs, and then we can go back and then we can reiterate to see what worked and what didn't work, and hopefully that we can all kind of learn together. So we can all build whatever it is that we're building and work on it, and be successful in our own right. So I'm glad you like it, and welcome back anytime. We stream every Monday, or at least I stream, me, whatever, every Monday through Friday, pretty much every day. I'm going to start to try to get into a very regular actual time, but that'll probably come the next week or two. But anyways, every day for sure I'm streaming. Thanks for sharing. You got it. Thank you for joining and being a part of it and commenting. I really, really appreciate that. So thank you very much. Right. That's it for me today. I'm not going to ramble on anymore. So thank you to everyone for joining. Really, really appreciate it. And as always, we'll be back here tomorrow for a new live stream. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day.